Welcome everyone to Camp Shelby here in southern Mississippi. We are at the Mississippi Armed Forces Museum. The closest town to here would be Hattiesburg, which is about 10 miles to the north. This is on a military base. You can see right there up on their Camp Shelby. Before we go in, they've got some choppers and stuff on display over there. We're going to take a look at that. So yeah, let's go have a look. But you can see Camp Shelby here has definitely played its part in conflicts that our country has been in throughout history. I didn't think I was going to be able to get in here at first. Again, we are on a military base, and I drove in from Mobile, and I drove in on Highway 98, and I went through this, went to the first gate, and they told me I had to come around to a different gate, which was the south gate. And when I got there, which was about adding 20 minutes or so to the drive, they're like, well, the museum is not open today. I was like, well, I called a few days ago, and I know the museum is open because they told me it was. And eventually, you know, everything was cool and I was able to get in. So let's see what we've got here. An attack Cobra helicopter. Got a bunch of cool tanks over here. We're gonna go have a look at that. Check all these tanks out. Yeah, for it being July, the heat out here is not all that extreme yet. That's probably the most interesting thing over there, besides the tanks. Now, if you don't know or haven't figured it out, as far as what branch this is clearly the Army. So one thing I asked them when I got here was, because I wasn't sure, I've never heard of this place before, was, is this one of the places that Army recruits come to boot camp for? And they said no. You got several of these carriers lined up like this. Go see what some of this stuff is. Armored recovery vehicle. Can't imagine what it would have been like to fly in these things or even operate those tanks. And I'm thinking the tanks that are over there might be more modern tanks. Let's go have a look. Anti-aircraft gun. I thought so. This was used in the Gulf War. Yeah, it looks like all of this was actually used in the Gulf War. But these things had to be crazy loud when you would fire them. Yep. So that's all the stuff they have on display out here. Let's go ahead and head on inside the building right there and take a look at the exhibits that they have. So this is the first thing you see. Got a cool little gift shop here. Cool little submarine, like a little Lego submarine. Of course, we all know that picture. Some nice shirts. So I've got to decide on what I want. Ah, there we go. Of course, now I've got to find my magnets. Probably gonna get that one right there. All right, so we're going into the exhibit here. There's nothing right there. I guess there's some type of meeting room, conference room, or maybe I imagine they have some type of maybe graduation ceremonies or something there. So I was actually thinking at first that this might be just a more modern museum, you know, World War I, World War II stuff, but you can see clearly we've got Civil War artifacts here. Spanish-American War over here. So there's a guided tour going on behind me, and I noticed it's like really, really cold in here, almost like even too cold for me. And I heard the tour guide saying something about because of the humidity here, they keep it extremely cold inside, which is surprising to me because of all the other museums along the Gulf South. I mean, they keep them cool too, but not quite as cold as this one is. This looks like some World War stuff, World War One going on here. I really like how they've got all this set up. We've got a U.S. Marine from World War One. So I see what the theme is here. We started off with Civil War, Spanish-American War. We're in a World War One exhibit now. I imagine World War II is going to be next. I'm just leaving this for a sec. You can pause the video and read this if you like. And as I figured, after you exit the World War One exhibit, you come into the World War II exhibit. Let's see what this is. Guessing this is like a barracks of some kind. So walking throughout this exhibit, we're seeing stuff like this. You've got a lot of history as far as how Camp Shelby itself contributed to the war effort. I'm a bit mind blown to know that there were POWs right here at this camp, German POWs in World War II. And if we have, of course, the Tuskegee Airmen, and I mentioned in the video where I went to the National Naval Aviation Museum that I watched Masters of the Air recently, which is a great show, by the way, I recommend it. The Tuskegee Airmen, they have a, they make an appearance in that show. I won't say in what role or what capacity. I'll leave it for you to see for yourself. You know, moving along here, we've got this really cool, let's see what we've got here. Lots of weapon displays here. U.S. Army field uniform in the European theater. Looks like we're going to have a giant model of BB-41, the USS Mississippi here. Very nice model. I wouldn't mind taking this home. And you see we get towards the end of World War II exhibit here. Nothing in those two over there. Says exhibits temporarily removed. Nice wide shot there of the model. So after you exit the World War II exhibit, you've got not much on the Korean War. An Arctic Army field gear uniform. The main thing next that we're going to see is there's a Vietnam exhibit. Vietnam, I imagine this is going to be a pretty large exhibit as well. So this exhibit is portraying a medical evacuation. And so after you come out of Vietnam, they get pretty modern. We've got Desert Shield, which turns into Desert Storm, and over there the more recent conflicts. I imagine these are some of the weapons that were used in Desert Storm, I would think. Okay, so that is going to wrap up the tour of the museum here. It's not a very large museum, but it's a very nice museum. Got a lot of nice artifacts in it. I didn't show you guys everything in the museum, of course. You should come out and see it for yourself. If you're ever in the area, it's definitely worth it. So that'll do it. Thanks again for watching, everyone. And until the next time, you guys know the drill. Drive safely.